All work and no play makes Freddy want to be the prom queen. I'm Justin.
This high school was better than mine because the chicks are 31 and half of them have fake boobs. I'm Sam.
Mary Lou. I'm Jackie. And this is Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No! What? Hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers!
Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. We are back after another hiatus where we all decided to go to Western Oregon. Thank you for having us, the coast. You're lovely. And your weather is awesome compared to our weather on the rest of the planet, which is over 100 degrees. Even Antarctica is like
100 degrees?
115 right now in Antarctica. The penguins are wearing bikinis. It's really hot everywhere.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's not hot it's winter in the southern hemisphere.
No, I'm pretty sure it's summer down there too. Everybody says it's hot.
It's hot.
I get emails.
Patagonia, hot.
Talk at stinkermadness.com and all it says is I'm too hot.
Yep, Madagascar, hot.
1987's
1987's
Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2,
which is actually just The Haunting of Hamilton High.
Yeah.
Only, I guess, to get the rest of the money, Michael R. Simpson, the producer, who also did Prom Night 1, got
With
hijacked.
The classic Jamie Lee Curtis cult movie that we all saw and decided was not worth caring about at all.
Hard time staying awake during that one.
Yeah.
So MGM is like, yeah, but we need to capitalize on the success of Prom Night, which I guess is pretty successful.
Yeah, no, it was a cult classic.
It made like $15 million against like one though,
Yeah,
too. So
successful drive-in movie.
You then have to wonder, well, do people remember that? Because it's 7 years ago.
Right. That's a stretch.
That's a long time.
Well, don't forget, like, Carrie, between the Carrie and one and The Rage, it's 20 years? 22 years, something like that?
Also didn't do good.
Also picked by Jackie, also a very similar movie to this one. Jackie, what is your obsession with prom movies?
It's not an obsession with prom movies. It's about gory deaths.
Oh, okay. That just happened to take place at the prom.
Yeah.
Because
In around a high school.
You're not picking Jason movies. You're not picking Freddy movies. You're not picking Scanners, which is kind of boring except for when that guy's head explodes, or Life Force. You're choosing prom movies where people explode at.
Well, in my defense, this one had some twists and turns in the death rates.
In the death rates?
In the death scenes.
You mean the death rates where nobody died for like an hour and a half and then like 30 and within 10 minutes?
Whatever. Somebody died within the first 30 minutes.
It was a long period where nothing happened in this movie that was very...
Something happened in the first 10 minutes. Somebody died.
Right. But then it takes a long break.
And then 10 minutes later, somebody else died.
No, I don't think so. We'll find that out because I should have stopped the clock and gave us a teenage death-ometer. That's a thing. They have those.
They have those?
You can buy them at Radio Shack. Teenage death-ometers.
Sure.
If you can find a Radio Shack still. What else you got, Sam?
Oh, so they had shot it pretty much all the way as The Haunting of Hamilton High, but then the screenwriter Ron Oliver had to direct the extensive reshoots, not the original director, Bill Pittman. So by the end of it, the producer Simpson's just like, yeah, this thing doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And they just released it anyway, and it still made money.
And it's completely not related to Prom Night in any way, because isn't Prom Night 1 a slasher movie? Just a straight-up slasher?
Slasher.
Whereas this is a supernatural telekinesis ghost movie.
This is seriously a little bit of everything, but it's mostly Nightmare on Elm Street, Carrie, and The Shining.
Right.
Only crappy.
Only super crappy.
They try to sprinkle in some other stuff. There's some poltergeist business with the chalkboard, and they sprinkle in a few things. Apparently, if you were to read this on paper, there would be a cavalcade of who's who horror directors that the characters are named after.
Oh.
But really, Craven, the Craven teacher, is the only one that actually kind of... I was watching for it, and I was like, well, I can't tell any of these homages because the only one I get is Craven.
Huh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the guy, the science teacher's last name is Craven, Mr. Craven.
Okay.
And I guess he gets to be the front runner because he actually told Ron Oliver what to do.
Huh.
Because he called him, he was like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, scare him and then give him a hard-on and get him out of the theater.
Jackie,
Which isn't good advice.
Did you notice any other names, horror movie director names?
Billy Norman. I'm
The
assuming.
Nordham thing didn't.
Yeah,
seem
that's
to-
not Norman. It's Nordham, which is...
Oh.
There's nobody named that in horror.
I didn't notice it then.
Yeah, well, that's a really weak homage if you're trying to do that, because we got Norma, Vicky Carpenter. Okay, so
Sure.
we got John there. Nope. Kelly Henenlotter.
Yeah.
Was the popular lady. That's about it. Good job on that, guys. Wow. I'm sure all those directors were very like, oh, thank you for thinking of me in and then not naming me.
Sure. Yeah, or that they didn't even hear of this movie.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what? Also, apparently, the junior high that this is filmed at, they made some, like, the movie took the place over and did a bunch of painting and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The junior high couldn't afford to fix most of it, so they just left all of it and had to fix it over time. And the last piece of left behind that got fixed was some windows, I guess.
Okay.
2001 is
my
how
God.
long it took them to recover
Oh my
from
God.
this movie, basically commandeering the junior high for however long.
That's terrible.
Why didn't the studio pick up the bill for that?
Because
they don't.
They're assholes.
They act like they just they're like locusts.
Yeah, remember that scene in South Park where the Sundance comes into town and they destroy the town, and Mr. Hanky has to cover it in shit, and the shit that gets covered in the town is better than what the Sundance people leave.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how film production works.
Yeah.
They come into a town, they destroy it, and then they're like, well, thanks for having us. Bye-bye.
Yeah, the movie State and Maine is just about that. It's the film, even to the point that the film crew is having to go to a new town because they fucked up the other town so bad before they even started shooting that they had to abandon ship and go to a new town to fuck it up.
Yeah, I thought we did a movie that had was shot like in snow, but it was filmed in a location during summer, so they had to fake snow with styrofoam, and they had such an ecological disaster because of the mounds and mounds of fake snow that was styrofoam that they couldn't clean it up for like 20 years and had to like redo the entire town's water supply because it was filled with styrofoam from this fucking movie.
Avalanche or whatever.
It was one of those shitty goddamn disaster movies.
Yeah, other than that, the only thing they've noted is that this has got a kid in it named Brock Simpson, which is almost Brock Sampson,
right?
But it's not, and he's the science kid. I had to find out who Brock Simpson was.
The computer hacker.
Yeah,
right.
Hacker. Air quotes. Air quotes.
Okay, he doesn't hack the computer. He dials up a program called Printmaster Gold and makes a new banner. But, whatever. It's 80s hacking.
It was probably just Printmaster when this was made.
Yeah,
Gold
exactly.
Wasn't even out
Gold
yet.
was 95.
Yeah, that was with Windows 4.1. This is... You still had to have typing OSs at this point.
CMD/C:/Printmaster Gold, and it couldn't have spaces in Printmaster Gold because they didn't think of spaces at that time.
Yeah.
I've got a little boring bullshit of my own. Now, believe it or not, this is number 2 in the Prom Night franchise that goes all the way to Prom Night 4. They made 4 of these things.
Yeah.
Did?
Yeah, well, they made 4 Haunting at Hillside High School or whatever it's called, because Prom Night 1 has nothing to do with anything.
This one has 2 sequels.
Yes, this one has 2 sequels. Now, the second one was DTV. It was called Prom Night 3 Living in Hell or some bullshit like that. We may or may not get to it ever, but I do have some fun facts about it. The film was financed by Live Entertainment, which was owned by one Jose Menendez. The Thursday before production was to commence, writer-director Ron Oliver went to dinner with the Menendez family, including brothers Eric and fucking Lyle Menendez. Yeah, those 2 Menendez brothers. Yeah. The following Monday, Ron learned production had been delayed due to the murders of Jose and Kitty Menendez.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I was like, holy shit. That's like, I didn't even realize Menendezes were in film at all in any way. I just thought that they were bad, mean parents, or not even that.
They were
mean.
the twins that killed the parents.
They were the twins that killed their parents,
or
the Menendez
brothers or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if they were twins, but
yeah, I think those guys are still in prison. I hope. So, anyways, yeah, there we go. Final thoughts before we roll into this, Jackie. You want to talk about any '80s fashion or anything like that?
I thought that the 1950s fashion looked way better than the 1980s fashion that they had.
Yeah.
I really liked the crown, the prom crown.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really pretty. The cape was a wizard's cape.
Yeah, there's a wizard's cape in this movie.
The best hair definitely goes to pregnant teenager. I don't know what her name is. She has extremely large hair. It's like
Roberta Smith of The Cure, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Or are you talking about the lady that wanted to be the prom queen?
No, the other one that got pregnant and she was sitting in the locker room crying.
That's why she was crying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she just was like, I want to have something to remember him by.
Yeah.
No, she said, he left me something to remember him by.
Oh.
Pictures of him.
Or a baby.
Or a baby.
Maybe she was crying because she just heard Disintegration for the first time and she was like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Disintegration's a really great album.
Yeah.
I will say that the main character is a frumpy, ugly lady.
She's basically just Larry Bird.
Yeah. And
wait, Larry Bird had a mustache is what typically people ask. And it's like, wait, Vicky had eyebrows? Huh.
Mean.
Yeah, well,
That's
I mean,
mean.
come on, dude. She looks like Larry Bird.
She looks better naked, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
I thought she looked fine naked.
They do. I think they could have done a better cast on her because she has to have this Carrie-esque transformation where she's, gets
she's sexified.
Yeah, she's at the beginning of the movie, she's getting tampons thrown at her, and at the end of the movie, she's prom queen. But it's not quite the same transformation as like all the other like legit Cinderella movies. You know, like she goes from frumpy to
yeah. So her and the one that wanted to be the prom queen, the bitchy girl, Kelly, they both do voices for Sailor Moon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Like
Oddly
to this
enough,
day?
No, the original overdub. I don't know how many series of Sailor Moon's run, but the original one that they did in the 80s would be the one that they did voices for. So.
Okay. All right. Does she do the Naruto run sound effects? Oh.
That's only one guy does that.
Okay, that's too bad.
He just it's whatever. What is his name? Bill Haynes, the guacamole Foley.
Oh yeah, right.
Whatever that guy's name. I need to figure out what his name is and bring him back. He's comedy gold.
My note on the costumes and just the production of the way that teenagers are treated in this movie, because there's two eras of teenagers. There's 50s Mary Lou type teenagers, and then there's 80s. I guess
desperately seeking Susan-ish.
Exactly. They do a very bad job of differentiating between the two, because really you could swap all the dialogue between the two eras and there's no rad dude, that's totally gnarly, or like a Ferris Bueller type character dialogue, or like Weird Science, like any of those very trendy 80s movies. there's none of that. You could seriously swap the dialogue between the characters, and you could not tell the difference between it was the 50s or the 80s.
That's because it was made in Edmonton.
Oh, that's why.
They were in the 50s.
Gotcha.
In 1980.
And same with the style. Like, the ladies dressed there, like in the 80s, they're wearing poodle skirts, too.
Yeah, I have it on good authority that the modern-ish costumes were actually put in boxes that were labeled future clothes.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Ready?
Yes.
Go. All right, Prom Night 2 from 1987. Hello, Mary Lou. At the beginning of this movie, a box opens up. That's what we're leading with here.
It's a trunk.
It's a trunk.
Steam trunk.
What's inside the trunk? Let's just go right to it. What's in there?
A shark or something?
Yeah, what's in the trunk? A shark or something?
It's a crown, it's a cape, and it's the sash from the 1957 prom.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It doesn't matter what happens in 1957. They box up the prom stuff for every year and put it in a trunk and then store it in the drama department's prop room?
Yeah.
Every year they do this.
No, I don't think so. I think that you take your crown and your cape home if you win.
Yeah.
But this particular contestant died, so it's like, well, we can use it for Macbeth.
Oh, okay. So, I like that theory. The drama department's like, we got to take what we can get, right? Because nobody comes to our fucking place. So.
Yeah, like, as long as there's not a black light, we can steal the prom clothes.
All right, welcome to Hillside's High School's production of Hamlet. Glad to see all of you here, all 10 people that showed up and paid $1. That's our annual budget for the drama department. Thanks a lot, town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take what they can get.
Nobody turn on a black light because otherwise it's just Macbeth's wearing a heavily semen-soiled tuxedo.
Right.
And then you're like, well, why are the other costumes covered in semen? Well, high school drama.
Oh, God damn it. It's just a big orgy.
It is.
It's like band camp.
Especially if you go to this high school. All the chicks are 31 and they have fake boobs.
Yeah, that's true. So Mary Lou goes into church and she confesses to us that she has banged everybody in town, including the teachers and all of the husbands and probably some of the moms. And she doesn't have any remorse for it at all. She's like, fuck you, Catholicism. I can fuck who I want.
Except my boyfriend.
Except for my boyfriend, but he's a total tool, and that's her choice to make, Sam. I fully support Mary Lou's sexual independence.
Whatever.
Well, and I think the trick back then, and maybe it's still true today, is that you hold out when you want the commitment from somebody who's rich.
Ooh, okay.
Keep them interested, right? Keep them giving you gifts, and then eventually
hard to
you're
get.
like, all right, I've got everything I need. I guess he's going to marry me now. I'm going to be comfortable for the rest of my life. I might as well screw him.
Give that guy some blue balls until he puts a ring on it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
The rich guy, one day he could be a principal of a high school.
He's going places.
Yeah.
And that's what happens at prom. She is there with Bill Nordham.
Yep.
Who is a 35-year-old man with a receding hairline.
Sure.
And everybody else there is also in their 30s.
I feel like I saw some people that were in their 50s
Yeah,
at this
there
prom.
might have been.
Very much some suntan bunnies in there. It's like, oh, a saddlebag with hair.
So the production crew goes out to cast extras, and they're like, all right, we need some teenagers. And the extras show up, and they say, no, we need some teenagers. And they're like, we are. And that's just what people look like in Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah. We're the teenagers at the bar, but they're too fucked up.
Right.
So get these seasoned alcoholics that are also fucked up, but at least they won't fall over.
Well, at least they're not wearing tuxedos. Canadian tuxedos.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, a Canadian tuxedo prom theme.
Yeah, and then hockey hair.
Right,
and then just a hockey fight. Like, in fact, I don't want to go to the prom. I just want to go see the Edmonton Oilers.
Right.
That seemed to be better.
Yeah, that would have
every
been,
time.
Yeah, that would be totally better than prom. She's like, all right, screw you, Bill. You're just such a tool. I'm go get me some punch.
This is after he gives her a ring.
Yeah.
A Mary Lou ring.
Yeah. You're lame. I'm going to sneak into the back room and make out with another guy who later in life is going to have a total change of heart and become a Catholic priest.
Yeah, why not?
I think that he becomes the priest because of Mary Lou's death.
I'm not going to go there. I can't do it. Sorry. Catholic priests. I'm betting you can fill in the punchline for the joke I'm not going to tell here.
Sure.
It's really overplayed.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
You're just going to fondle it anyway.
Come on, Jackie.
Fondle it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
was
Fumble
that
it.
Freudian?
Fumble it.
You just fumbled the fondle.
Yeah, the Freudian Catholic jokes going on here.
All right, fine.
So he walks in as they're going to crotch grabbing town, and he's like, "No, not cool. You're not my girlfriend anymore." And she's like, "Fine, I didn't want to be. You're a total douche."
No, that is not what happens.
Yeah, it is. She throws a drink in his face, and she's like, "I'm gonna go hang out with."
She and guy with hair.
Yeah, guy with hair.
Go to the punch bowl, and he's like, "You came here with me," and she's like, "It's not about who you come with; it's who you leave with." Scram, buddy! And then she throws the drink on his white tuxedo.
How is that different than my comment where she dumps him?
No, you said that he dumped her.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. She
Yeah.
totally dumps him.
And he's like, in the bathroom.
Yeah, he's in there crying in the bathroom by himself. Some kids are in there about to light a stink bomb, which I thought it was cherry bombs in the toilet. You know, you explode the toilet, and then the plumber guy or the maintenance guy has to come in and be like, "Oh, what do I do?"
If you're laying, you just take a shit in the bathroom and it's going to smell bad,
Right. Like, what's the point? What? Let me back up. I never did this.
No.
What's the point of cherry bombs in the toilet? Like,
The cherry bomb in the toilet, if you flush it right, if it's old enough and sturdy enough plumbing, will cause shit to shoot out of all of the toilets at once.
Oh, it doesn't explode the toilets.
No, you want it to get it down.
Okay.
So if it's got cannon fuse, it's like waterproof. Mm-hmm. So if the cherry bomb goes down far enough, it'll get into a place where it'll shoot back pressure out of the plumbing through anything that's sort of connected. So if it makes it like you can, theoretically, if you do it right, you'll actually shoot shit to the roof out of the men's and women's bathroom in the same wing. So.
And what is the point of this activity?
To get shit everywhere?
To get shit everywhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love shit. I want it everywhere, said no one ever. The only person you're doing harm to is the guy that's got to clean it up, and that's just a minimum wage. My uncle was a goddamn janitor. He retired from the janitorial system. Kindest man you could ever fucking meet, and I bet you he had to clean shit off a goddamn ceiling at some point, and that's terrible.
It is terrible.
Unless, like, there's in the ladies' locker room, they're all in there pooping, and you don't like them because they're mean, I guess. So you
give them a shit enema.
So they get shit on their butt. Maybe their own shit, maybe some other people's shit. Or maybe it blasts them onto the roof.
I was thinking more like corporations like ICE. You're like, oh my god, I have to use your bathroom, and then you go in there and you cherry bomb them.
Corporations like ICE.
Yeah,
Are you talking about the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Agency? That's a federal.
I'm talking about the ones that keep children in cages. Yes.
Yeah, that's a federal agency, not a company. So
I'm talking about the companies though that are housing the facilities.
You actually on a podcast have just confessed to the intent to commit a federal crime.
Yeah.
I have to go on vacation now.
Yeah. How about Facebook? Let's poo Facebook. Let's go in there and poop their bathrooms.
I feel like they do that to themselves.
Yeah, that's probably a daily occurrence there.
Zuckerberg just goes in there with his katana and like...
What? Why did Zuckerberg have a katana?
Because it's Zuckerberg. He's fucking batshit crazy. You didn't hear that he, like, in the early days of Facebook before they went IPO, but, like, still really successful... You know, because they're a laid-back corporation, you know, you can come in here and wear shorts and flip-flops and, you know, you can play video games on your lunch break. Dude, we're cool, we're chill. Mr. Zuckerberg, why do you have a katana on you? He would just come into the office with a katana and start swinging around and be like, guys, check out my katana. Because he's fucking psychotic. The man needs to be not in charge of anything.
Or he's a dumb shit that was in his early 20s.
Or that. But you can't bring a katana into work. Why do you even have a katana?
If you're that rich, you can bring a katana anywhere, I guess.
Bring the tiger in if you're a rich psychopath. Be like, hey, guys, check out my tiger.
Well, that's what What's-Her-Face from Theranos did. She brought a dog. that was like a husky, but she called it a wolf.
Okay.
And would go around her office and be like, "My wolf is going to eat you." Be like, "That's a dog, and it's pretty nice. You are an idiot."
Yeah. No, I'm still pretty sure Mark Zuckerberg is an idiot.
That's what I used to do too when I used to go to work and I'd take my corgi with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "You better back the fuck up. That dog is gonna bite your fucking ankle right off."
Yeah. Don't think so. Anyways, so they bring a stink bomb instead of a cherry bomb.
Yeah, to the bathroom.
To the bathroom because they're going to make it stinky in there, not poopy.
Gonna make it smell like somebody pooped without pooping.
Right? Oh, come on.
It's like, "Oh, I pooped before I left."
It already smells like poop in here.
Yeah.
The smoke bomb or the stink bomb didn't do anything.
No, this is a multi-use bathroom in Edmonton. It smells.
So the principal comes in and like stops them their diabolical plan and says some weird shit to Bill like, "So how about the Oilers?"
Yeah,
He's like, "My girlfriend."
He's like, "Are you having a nice time at prom?" "No, I don't like rock and roll. It's never gonna last."
Sure.
And then he just turns around and leaves.
He
Like,
just
what the hell?
Why did you come in here, you fucking weirdo?
Yeah.
So Bill is now in possession of the stink bomb.
Yeah.
He climbs into the rafters on top of the stage to get his Carrie-esque revenge upon his dirty tramp prom queen girlfriend, who is on stage accepting her tiara, and drops the stink bomb that appears to be just a plastic explosive.
Yeah.
And lights her ass on fire.
It's like a road flare.
It's like a fucking road flare.
And she's on fire.
She goes up.
Yeah. Apparently, this was the longest that this was the record for how long somebody was on fire.
A stunt person?
For like 10 years, I guess.
How long was the stunt person on fire? Did you find that out?
More than 4 seconds, I guess,
More
which is a
than 4
long time.
1,000, 2, 1,003, 1,004, 1,000. Yeah, it's like 10, 15 seconds that the stunt person had to be on fire because there's a lot of shots.
Right?
Yeah, obviously, but there's a lot of shots that are not the same shot filmed from different angles.
Yeah.
She's on fire from head to toe for a long time.
Yeah, and that both sides of the person were on fire versus just the back.
Yeah.
Which is what happens usually.
And you usually have the person wearing one of those masks.
Yeah.
We've obviously gotten better as far as our being on fire technology in the special effects department in modern society. Back in the day, you usually had to wear one of those face masks, the white face mask. So the only person that would be on fire is usually Mike Myers.
Yeah.
There's hair exposed to flame and a person's face. Like, this is a great job on this stunt.
Yeah, it does look
but
good.
Also very dangerous.
Yeah. And in the movie world, what you have now is a person burning to death, but the stink bomb's also still going off.
Ooh.
So it's like, oh my God, it smells like a burning human and farts.
It smells like Taco Bell.
Oh.
That's gross.
Taco Bell, worse than just farts. It smells like someone's dying in fire and farts.
And farts. But hey, 2 tacos for $1.50.
No, the tacos are like $2 each. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so Mary Lou dies, but as she's being burninated, she doesn't die from oxygen deprivation, which I always love in movies. She has time to look up while her face is melting off and see Bill up in the rafters and know that it was him who caused her to turn into carbon.
Yeah.
So, 30 years later, enter the 1980s. We get introduced to Vicky, who, as we discussed earlier, is also very Carrie-esque. She's lives in a very conservative household where the mother is somewhat oppressive.
Yeah.
And tells her that she shouldn't like boys, that she should focus on her Bible studies, and blah, 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 blah.
She should just shut the fuck up all the time.
She should shut the fuck up all the time.
She feeds them gruel for breakfast.
You get gruel for breakfast.
Actually, it seems like she herself eats gruel for breakfast.
Right.
Whereas she gives Vicky a pancake. But Vicky doesn't eat it.
Right.
She just like, fuck, I hate you and my life. No pancake this morning.
I think it's just more of a flowers in the attic type thing where her mom is just slowly poisoning her.
Ooh.
Let me put some powdered sugar on that pancake for you.
Yeah, it's just arsenic. I like that theory. Totally doesn't fit with the movie universe, but it's fun. So they she's got a boyfriend whose name is Craig, and Craig has a motorcycle, so he's a bit of a bad boy, even though he's a total goober.
He's, this guy's pretty much king shit in Edmonton in 1987.
I guess, even though, like, he's just a doofus.
He's a doofus.
But not even a cool guy doofus. He's kind of nerdy.
Everybody in this school is a doofus.
Yeah. I guess your comparisons.
Also, there's only like 6 students in this school.
The cream rises to the top of the cheese.
Well, and then you've got the punks that they throw in there, and the Cure type kids, right?
Right, but they don't even fully go into it. Like, there's a shot of like a guy from like class of 1984 one time, but there's no characters that are like really edgy. They're pretty posery, Jackie. Like, I like the Cure, but I'm not going to go all Cure. I'm going to cry about boys in a locker room later.
And then we just have the underdeveloped giant doofy guy.
Oh my God, this guy. He is fantastic. If you watch the extras in this movie for this one man mountain of a doofus who's got serious hockey hair.
Yeah, he's like a majestic 80s dude.
Tiny shorts.
Yeah.
And just kind of does around. Like, he doesn't have any lines, and he just duh.
He has a line at the end.
Does he? What does he say?
I like beer.
I like beer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He gets drunk at prom and then becomes a Supreme Court justice for the United States Supreme Court. Look, beer! So Vicky and Craig. Oh, we should also mention that Craig is the son of the principal, and the principal just happens to be Bill, teenage prom queen murderer from 1957.
What happens if you're rich?
Oh, okay.
You can just make a charbroiled girl go away.
Yeah, and become principal of the exact same school where you murdered a teenager.
What would I really like? Do anything you want, son. That never happens. It's like, no, you're going to be a stockbroker like me or whatever, right?
Right.
Field man.
Yeah, we'll make this go away, buddy.
Yeah, but he doesn't get to be the principal. Why would you be the principal?
Why would you be the principal? If anything I can do, I get to choose being a chaperone. Because that's what principals do, right? The kids that get in trouble, you lecture them, and then the next, and then another kid comes in. Oh, yeah, you cut that girl's ponytail off. You're in trouble. Next. Right? Isn't that just what principals do?
And they might do some financing.
Yeah,
financing
they do
type
have
work.
To do like the actual administration of the faculty is really their main job.
Okay. You should.
Punishing the kids is just like the really bad ones because the counselor and the vice principal are supposed to do that.
The discipline?
Yeah, we didn't have any of that because our school was too small, but it's the way it's supposed to be.
Jackie, did you ever have to go in the principal's office?
Nope. I even stabbed some little fucker with a pencil.
Wow!
And didn't have to go because my teacher was like, that's what you get, whatever the fuck that kid's name was, and sent his ass to the principal.
Was it...
She asked me to resharpen my pencil, though.
Was it at prom by chance?
No.
Okay.
This was junior high.
I thought maybe we'd explain this whole thing with you in prom,
Nope, junior high. Yeah. Kid would not fucking leave me alone, so I fucking stabbed him.
Was it a Sadie's Hawkins dance?
No, it was just in class.
All right. Did he ask you to the Sadie's?
Yeah, he asked me to a dance, and I was like, fuck off.
Okay,
I stabbed him.
Now we've got this prom night thing figured out.
Would you like to go to the mall later? Stab!
Okay, so Craig and Vicky go to a diner together, and he gives her a cross, which again conflicts completely with his idiom of being like the bad kid for her that her parents don't want her dating.
Well, he's not a bad kid. It's just her mom is like the definition of prude.
Okay. Maybe she should meet him. Maybe he could be like, dude, lady, I super love the Jesus.
She's like, I can tell he's a biker. No, he's got a 400 Yamaha Virago. He's not really a biker.
Right.
And he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
And he bought her a helmet. That's how considerate he is.
And he bought her a fucking Jesus cross.
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm just going to say, even when I was that age, and to right now, if somebody were to give me a Jesus cross, I would hope it would be one of those old Victorian ones that were encrusted with gold that was like a foot tall, hanging from this elaborate gold chain like you see in the Victorian movies.
The cross of Coronado, as it were.
Sure, yes.
Yes.
You would want a cross that was made from the blood of the South American people, drawn from conquistadors.
Right, yeah.
That is the
I would
only
want that.
cross.
I totally would want that.
That is the only cross I am willing to accept at this point in my life.
It belongs in a museum. Mostly the museum is my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it belongs on display on my neck.
I would become like I'd start up a rap band like Public Enemy.
What?
I'd be the hype guy. For,
Sure.
Instead of a clock, I'd have the cross of Coronado.
And you'd get tired, like really fast because it's heavy. Like I can only do about a minute and a half of hyping for every 5 minutes of sitting that I have to do for your show.
Okay, so they're in love, and at science class, the nerdy guy, Brick Smithman.
Brock Simpson. Is the name of the actor.
What is he has a potato experiment? What is he trying to do to this potato?
He's made a radio.
Okay.
Potato.
A potato. Exactly.
Where does the potato come in?
Well, I think it probably would have worked had he had a nicer potato, but that one had obviously been rotted out.
What would work?
As an Idahoan, I know what potatoes look like when they're good.
Okay.
And this was not a good potato.
So what's it do, Jackie?
It's a potato.
Potato.
It's supposed to be, I don't know.
An electricity conducer.
I've seen a lot of radios. None of them have potatoes attached to them.
No. You can, as a science experiment in grade school, make a potato into a battery. I think that's what they were going for here, but instead he's taken science and turned it into an abomination.
Because he's giving like a fucking Frankenstein lecture about how he's going to make this potato come alive, and he flicks the switch and sparks come out and nothing happens, and he's like, it didn't come alive.
We don't even know what happened.
We don't even know what happened.
What happened to the potato?
Well, it didn't go back to the Irish, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Jackie, stop it.
Just one more potato, please. I'll take the one you were using for a battery.
Not
please,
good.
Sir, please.
No.
Nope. Okay, so elsewhere, all the teens in school are getting jacked about prom. They're talking about what they're going to wear and who they're going with. And the
We should
party
do a
at
reenactment.
And the party at Stifler's house afterwards, and all the cliches that you can have during a 80s prom montage.
We should do a reenactment
Of
this montage.
oh my God, I'm going to have the greatest hair anybody's ever seen at the prom.
I'm 8 feet tall and have blonde hair. Whoa.
If you suck my dick, I'll change the computer results.
Right? Yep. That actually isn't... That's a literal reenactment, not an interpretation of what this is. Okay, so...
I'm going to give that a fail for all of us. Did not go well.
All right. Vicky is also wanting to go to the prom. She's very excited about it, but her mother has decided that she's going to wear what we have no choice but to interpret as a frumpy green dress, because we never see this green dress.
No.
That she's forced to wear. I'm guessing it's her mom's green dress too, like from the 50s or whatever.
It's probably the same fucking green dress she's had since junior high, and like every major dance she's ever gone to is just the same green dress.
Right.
And the only reason that you can tell that it's a different dance is that the side of the cardboard thing that it comes in says different dance.
This is a different dance. So she gets this bright idea to go down into the prop room and steal one of the drama department's Macbeth dresses, I guess, because
What? This is a Titanic cruise ship captain's dinner type dress.
why does the drama department have this?
They do Titanic once a year.
Yeah. Right.
And, you know.
In the 80s.
Before it was a movie. I think it was a Titanic movie, I'm sure. There was a play, whatever.
Rose.
They have
so
to.
it's about it. So
if they did Singing of the Edmund Fitzgerald, everybody would cry.
So the Hillstown High School does as good of a job as producing the story of Titanic as Jimmy Cam. The acting's about as good.
Same, yeah.
Rose.
The sea always swallows the things. Fuck, let me do that again, please. Can I do that again? I can't do that again. God damn it! I'm your friend. I'm Bill Paxton.
They got when the boat sinks, they've got like a cardboard thing that they made in shop class, and then the guy jumps off the ladder and hits his head on the cardboard propeller. That's the only good thing that happens in the whole time. Then they go back to the handsome kid going Rose.
I'm going to assume that theater departments get their costumes and props and crap like that. I think that people donate them.
Oh,
yeah, for the most part,
absolutely,
yeah.
But, let's be honest here. Vicky is not that great of a person.
Okay.
Because
she's pilfering from the drama department?
No, she got this idea from the Cure friend of hers that's going to the doctor. She's like, I just got to go to the doctor. When I get back, I'm going to go through the prom or the prop room and get myself a dress. So what does Vicky do? Fuck you, bitch. I'm going down there first to get first dibs. So she totally elbowed her friend out of the way.
She's actually doing her a favor, Jackie, because there's no way that any of those dresses would have fit over Roberta's hair. Like, she can't get any of them on.
Maybe when she first gets out of the shower.
I'm pretty sure her hair is permanently like that.
Yeah.
She stuck her finger in a
fire hose couldn't even change it, let alone a shower.
So while she's down there in the prop department, she, of course, finds the trunk that has the soul of Mary Lou living in it, I guess.
I never put this together. Like, I didn't see anything to do with this trunk at the beginning, so I'm like, a trunk? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sure, there's a ghost in there, I guess.
But even then, it doesn't make sense because she opens it up and a picture of the class of 1957 in the principal Bill's office cracks right where Mary Lou's head is at. So it's like, I'm back, motherfucker. You trapped me in a trunk when you died. Like, did he have a seance and like capture her spooky revenge ghost into the tiara and then stuff it in the trunk and be like, that's where this lives? What's the ghost of Mary Lou being in the trunk? She died in a fire.
She went into the trunk and then somebody locked it and she's like, fuck. Fuck. Shit. Why did I go in here?
What should we do with this old trunk, Bill? I don't know. Push it back in the corner. There's nothing good in it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense what she's doing in there.
It's definitely not for its spacious accommodations.
No, you're in a trunk.
In a high school that probably smells like fried cafeteria food.
And we know the one thing that ghosts can't go through, the walls of trunks. So, oh my God.
Wait a second, this is enchanted by gypsies. Fuck! Why did I come in here? Fuck!
Meanwhile, after Roberta Smith confesses to being pregnant in the locker room, she goes into the art room and finds the tiara from 1957's prom. How did that get into the art room?
Vicky brought it up.
Why?
Because she was showing everybody the cape and the crap that she found.
So she took it to the art room?
Yeah.
Oh, okie dokie.
She's going to draw a picture of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're like, this is a really nice tiara. It's made out of glass.
And fucking Roberta Smith starts prying the gems out of it.
Yeah.
To do what?
Pay for the baby.
God damn it.
Because that's all I can figure at this point. Because the next time we see her is the bathroom thing that we talked about where she's like, I guess I'm pregnant. You had to tell me because I still couldn't tell what was going on there. But now if that's what's happening in the next bathroom scene, I'm assuming that she's going to hawk these gemstones for baby money.
They're plastic.
They're glass, Justin. They're classy.
Yeah, okay. They're not worth anything.
No, the tiara's worth more as a whole.
Oh, my God. Which is like 10, 15 bucks. And so she puts on the cape that was there. It's a wizard's cape. I don't know what the fuck it is. Is it Mary Lou's as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she wore a wizard's cape to prom.
No. They were going to put it on her, and she's like, forget the cape. Go get my crown.
Oh, so it's like James Brown's cape. At the end of the prom, you put it on, and then you throw it off, and you're like, ha! Hit me! Hoo!
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's already halfway to the splits by the time that, she's standing on stage. I was seriously waiting for her to do the splits because, she's standing like she's just, look at my dong.
Right. Okay. And the ghost of Mary Lou's like, bitch, that's my crown. Bitch, that's my cape. And she causes the cape to hang Roberta Smith from a light fixture.
Yeah,
and breaks her neck while doing it.
Very quickly becomes Stephen Strange's cape.
Right.
And then fucks off for the rest of the movie.
Right.
Well, let's be realistic here. There was a twist.
Okay.
You thought that she was going to get strangled on the wall.
Right.
Then you see the paper cutter fall.
Right.
Sure.
The
And
choppy
the
paper cutter.
Paper cutter comes up, and I've always wondered if
There's
you
also confetti flying around all over the place.
Yeah.
So she could have been like suffocated by confetti.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they're going to chop her head off with a paper cutter.
Sure.
Which I've always wanted to see. Because I do believe that those things are sharp, right?
That's in a Freddy or a Jason movie, I believe.
Paper cutter. Also, Punisher with Tom Jane. He
Yeah.
kills Kevin
Right,
Nash
right.
with a paper cutter.
Yeah. What's that? The aliens come to high school movie with Famke Janssen and
The Faculty.
the faculty.
The paper cutter in The Faculty?
Yeah. What's his name? Handsome guy from
Josh Hartnett?
Josh Hartnett gets a paper cutter and starts killing aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they always take the blade off.
No, he uses the blade as a weapon.
Yeah.
You take the blade off and then bonk him with the cutting board?
No, you got to leave it connected to the cutting board, right? Like a guillotine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that this is going to happen, and I am fucking stoked. But then it just drags her right through there, and it hangs her on the light fixture.
Mary Lou appears to be very like, oh God, how am I going to do this? I've got so many options on how to murder people. I'll
I
just
said,
break her
shut
neck."
up, bitch. I'm trying to murder you.
Yeah, yeah, like she's just, I don't know. And then she chucks her out a window,
Yeah.
like to add insult to injury,
Just to make it look like a suicide. Well, you see what happened here is she threw herself through that window and then flew for about 40 feet and then landed in the grass and died.
Yeah, through a plate
Clear
plate
suicide.
glass window while wearing a wizard's cape as well.
Yeah.
And her neck is broken, and she appears to have strangulation ligature marks on her neck. Clearly a suicide.
Clearly a suicide.
Wrap it up, boys.
The cape goes back into the building.
Oh, it floats away like Stephen Strange's.
It does. Didn't you see that?
No, I wasn't
And it
paying
folded
attention.
itself back up with the crown. And the crown fixes
Yeah.
itself, and they sit there together.
Okay, so then the police are like, if there was a cape here, this would be a ghost murder. But since there is not, it's a suicide.
Back it up. This one's clear cut. The one thing I know about teenagers is that they can throw themselves from buildings
Sure.
through plate glass at about 52 miles per hour and into a car.
That's a new thing they're doing. The little tricky sons of bitches are trying to make it look like a ghost murder. It's not, though. It's a suicide. Let's go.
Donuts. Okay. Meanwhile, the original boyfriend, not the original boyfriend, the cheating lover of Mary Lou from 1957 has become a priest.
Sure.
And he is, he's got a shrine to Mary Lou. He's praying to Mary Lou's shrine that's in his church. Like he knows something, like, or is still in love with Mary Lou, or I don't know what this guy's deal is.
It's because she's better looking than dead Jesus on a cross.
Okay. All right. So it's just the entire Catholic religion is based off of I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah. I guess they just, there's no reason for this guy to be a priest. There's no reason for the rich guy to be a principal. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I guess everybody just went wonky after Mary Lou caught on fire. How did Mary Lou become prom queen anyways? The town slut is never prom queen. The women in school hate her, which they have to vote for. The teachers all hate her. And the boys are like, dude, but they don't like her.
No.
How do you become prom queen when you're the town trollop? It doesn't make any sense.
No. And then the boys always just vote for, who they want to go out with.
Right.
The person can see that vote somehow.
Right.
Then later on, awkwardly, you go like, I voted for you. And they're like, what are you talking about? Nothing. I don't know. I'm Mountain Dew. Bye.
I take it that's from personal experience there, Sam.
Oh, no, I was good with the ladies.
Oh, that's a laugh. All right. So he gives the eulogy at the Roberta Smith's funeral, because that's how that works, and gives us some Reagan-esque fucking advisory tales about video games or bullshit.
Something.
Whatever. Yeah, fuck you guys. Vicky goes and visits Mary Lou's grave after the funeral, though, and gets into it with the expectant prom queen, who is Kelly, because she's like, you're not gonna do shit, bitch. And Vicky's like, dude, I'm from a super conservative household. I didn't even know I was going to prom until last week. Why are you even talking to me? And Vicky's already channeling Mary Lou. Like, they've already got a connection.
Sure.
Because she saw her grave. I don't know what Vicky's deal is with anything. Mary Lou's like, oh, that's the one. I got to pick the frumpy girl to possess later.
She's out of sorts.
I guess.
She knows it's better than a gypsy enchanted locker.
Right.
Because she's been in one of those for 30 years.
She's got ghost wake-up problems. She needs ghost coffee.
She
clear
does
her head.
Need ghost coffee, yeah.
Maybe a little bump, Get those juices flowing, Mary Lou.
Ghost cane.
Ghost cane. So Vicky starts to have visions about... She goes into the upside down, essentially. She's got high school ghost visions. Like the cafeteria churns grody in front of her. Or just Taco Bell again. The hallways have like teenage dead people in it.
Dade rapist guy.
Teenage dead people. Teenage dead people.
At dinner with the fam, she confesses that she's not going to go to college. She's going to stay here and date Craig. And her mom's like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? And Vicky's like, well, fuck dinner. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
upstairs.
so in her flashback ghost bullshit, she dropped her lunch. So she's gone all day without eating.
She skipped the pancakes.
She didn't eat lunch because she dropped it, and now she's not eating dinner. So I'm pretty sure she's hangry.
Yeah, she's just grumpy as shit.
She's just grumpy as
she
shit.
She needs a Snickers.
Her dad's like, you're going to feel better if you eat something. She's like, I'm not. You're being fussy.
Don't call me fussy. I'm fine. I'm going to go in this trunk.
Yeah.
And she runs to her room and channels Mary Lou, or Mary Lou gets inside of her or something, and she starts dressing like she's Mary Lou. Like, she puts on makeup and combs her hair like Olivia Newton-John in Grease type
Sure.
stuff. Yeah.
It's an improvement.
It's a mega improvement. That's Larry Bird looks a lot better with makeup on. In gym class, she gets hit in the face by a volleyball.
Goes down.
Hilarious. Kelly chucks one right at her face. I'm sorry, teenagers being brained by volleyballs is always going to be funny.
Yeah,
It's
anytime
just
somebody
funny.
gets hit in the head, right?
Yeah, but mostly teenagers. It's funnier when it's a teen.
Even if they're being played by 30-year-olds.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, just the innuendo of teenagers getting bonked in the face is hilarious.
Well, it's like their mouth always flies open. Like,
Right.
Oh! They fall on the floor.
What is that for? What?
And it causes her to have ghost vision again. And this ghost vision is witnessed by Principal Bill. He's like, Mary Lou? Like, because Vicky awakens and she's like, oh, get away from me, Mary Lou. Stop it. Stop being inside me, Mary Lou. Stop it. I'm hungry.
No, God damn it.
Just what? I just eat a cookie. Just eat a cookie. I'll be fine.
And then her mom, she goes home and her mom is like, you got hit in the face by a volleyball. You need to go to confession. Like, it's a sin to get hit in the face by a volleyball.
It is, yeah.
You just need some time with the Lord.
The 10 Commandments. There's an 11th one about a volleyball. Somebody lost it.
Do not get bonked. It's so weird. So she goes into confession and she's like, Father, forgive me for getting hit in the face by a volleyball, but I'm also not real popular. And sometimes I think about boys in their underwear. And he's like, Mary Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Oh? So now everybody's getting a little suspicious about what's going on with Vicky. She's getting ready for bed that night, though. And inside of her room, she doesn't have dolls in her room that are, like, creepy as shit. She's got a fucking carousel pony.
It's supposed to be a rocking horse, but it's too big.
It's too big. It's a carousel pony.
And it's also a demon.
It's a demon.
I loved this thing. I would totally have one of these in my house. Maybe not the demon variety.
It stares at her. Its eyes move as she walks across the room with, like, demon eyes.
It has demon eyes.
And at one point during this sequence, she looks at it and she's like, stop it.
Quit looking at me. horse.
I think this carousel pony has nothing to do with Mary Lou. She went down to the where you buy gremlins, and she was like, "Oh my god, I love that." And the little Asian guy's like, "Well, it's possessed by a Chinese ghost demon."
It's a demon horse, and it's got a hentai tongue. Are you sure this is?
That's the one I want, yeah.
Dad's like, "Well, it is 20% off. That's
Yeah.
a good deal."
It's like hentai. That's what I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
She's
it's
like,
I don't even
1985.
look at it. It's fine. Sailor Moon is fine. Whoa, yeah.
I'm gonna be the voice of Sailor Moon.
Just watch Hello Kitty. It's okay.
And then a bunch of fucking Nightmare on Elm Street stuff happens.
Yeah.
Her blankets grow hands and start pulling at her, and her hands come through her mirror, and she gets tossed around the room a little bit, and then the elevators open up, and there's a bunch of blood that flows out, and Kevin Bacon gets stabbed in the throat by Jason. It's just a bunch of horror cliches is what I'm getting.
But the worst thing is that she breaks her radio.
Right.
Fuck you guys, I'm breaking my radio.
yeah, she's gonna throw like. It's not attacking her.
The demon horse.
No, it's just sort of going like.
Hentai tongue. I did this before, remember? So I did it before. I'm in the mood right now. I haven't done anything. I'm pissed off. Fuck you, horse.
And Dad comes in. He's like, "What's going on in here?"
I threw my radio.
Yeah.
God, get her some food, please.
Just eat a cookie and then use your bang horse. Just leave me alone. Oh yeah, I forgot. We pretend you don't do that.
So that night, I guess she sneaks out or something, whatever. She leaves her house because she can do that in a super conservative house where it's super strict. Goes to the graveyard, goes to Mary Lou's grave. The father's there, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And at no point is she like, "What the fuck are you doing here in a graveyard sneaking up on teenage girls, you creepy motherfucker?"
Yeah.
He lives at the church.
He lives at the church.
So not
which
the
is-
graveyard.
So he just wanders the graveyard at night, sneaking up on teenage girls, Jackie. It doesn't matter where he lives. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I thought it was totally natural.
Okay, and he's like, "So what are you doing here?" And she's like, "I don't know. I think Mary Lou's here." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right. She is back." So he's like, "Oh, my God. I got to have a fucking exorcism in the church." And I guess, like, usually don't exorcisms, like, you stand over Linda Blair and throw
Water and other
at-
shit.
He's just got a fucking pentagram that he's standing in and is going, "I need a young priest and an old priest."
Oh, he's not even doing. He's just rectus dominos. Oh.
Yeah, it's like he's exorcising the town of Mary Lou.
No, he's like exercising his shoes of
Right.
bugs. Maybe I don't even sure.
The Mormon crickets are coming.
Yeah.
We can't let them in.
And Mary Lou's like, "No," and explodes his fucking Bible. Like, fuck you, buddy. Your Bible's made of fire paper. What's that paper?
Flash
Phosphorus-
paper?
Yeah, flash paper. Okay. So he goes and visits Bill. And he's like, "Bill, your girlfriend's back. She dumped me. She's technically your girlfriend, but we both still love her. And I lit her ass on fire."
Yeah, no, you banged her. I got used by her, but then I burned her to the ground.
Yeah.
She's quite dead.
We have different takes on what happened in 1957, potato, but either way, she's going to possess you, Bill, and then kill you because of vengeance, I guess.
Vengeance. She's been in a locker for 30 years. She's pissed.
She's sleepy. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vicky is in class. She gets a 1957 yearbook from her friend who found it in her dad's underwear drawer. I don't know about that.
Underneath a Playboy.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess, is he beating off to pictures of Mary Lou? Is that what we're supposed to...
I guess, like,
Yeah.
you start with Playboy and you end with Mary
You
Lou's
just
high school picture?
Take a flash over to the face shot on the yearbook every once in a while, then go back. You're like, oh, yes, that's what she looks like naked. Oh, yeah, that's what she looks like naked. And then you accidentally look at Glenn before you come in, like, oh, God damn it. I screwed it up again.
Well, what's weird is that Mary Lou's nickname in high school was Hot Stuff.
Hot stuff. Well, she's
pretty hot.
Yeah, and she's giving handies to everybody, so, you know. I don't know what else the bicycle? I don't know what else you want, man. Hot stuff is kind of, like, nice.
Yeah.
They could have called her a lot worse, especially in 1957. So she's like, that's what she looks like. I don't know what she's doing with the yearbook, but Kelly is like, you're going to lose at prom. And she's like, bitch, and slaps her across the face and then gets detention.
Yeah. There's a couple of times where she's just like, fuck you, bitch.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I am possessed and I haven't eaten in 2 days.
But it's mostly the hunger. Possession's kind of 9/10 of the law. She
What?
Yeah, whatever.
Boo.
Yeah, okay. So in detention, she gets some more Freddy shit and gets sucked into the blackboard, which is also your poltergeist thing. She's now
Yeah, I guess this is as poltergeisty as she's on the other side of something. Right?
Yeah, and then the next time we see her, she's in the prop room and she's gone full Mary Lou. Mary Lou has taken over Vicky.
They screwed up this visual effect too because they built the set to where there's a pool on the ground and it looks like the wall, the chalkboard. They did okay with that, but then they added some other bullshit,
Right,
and it was
right.
like, no, just show the shot. It's gonna look better that way.
Yeah, it would have. They sped it up and slowed it down and added like some blurs to it and stuff. And
they
it looks
animated
pretty
some
crappy.
letters in there.
Yeah, it looks crappy. So now she's full Mary Lou, and she goes to confession, and she's like, I've been sucking all the town dicks, and I love it. And the priest is like,
Did you? Because I didn't see any of that in the movie.
Yeah, get away from me, demon of hell. And she's like, your cross doesn't do shit to me because there is no heaven, there is no hell, there's only a trunk. And I got trapped in it.
I got trapped in it. I'm pissed.
So Catholicism's bullshit. Take your cross and I'm going to shove it through your throat.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favorite lines in the movie. She's like, you know what pissed me off the most? No wings.
That's your favorite line? I thought that was stupid.
I thought it was funny.
Like, she
wanted to be an angel.
She wanted to suck a lot of cock.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, that's Mary Lou's thing. She doesn't like, I'm going to turn into a beautiful butterfly and fly out of this shithole town. Like, Angel? What? Like, you were cool with being a trollop, and yeah, I'm fine with
Maybe
being
she's
a trollop.
just like,
That's what you want to
she's
be.
a flight enthusiast.
Yeah. You don't know.
I went up into the cockpit and talked to the pilot, and he was like, no, we don't actually give wings to anybody. And it was bullshit. Instead, I was in a trunk. So, the Catholic priest is dead. She goes to high school, and all the boys instantly want her. I guess she has love potion number 9, powers 2 as a spooky ghost. I don't know. Because she's Vicky. She hasn't transformed. She's just living inside of Vicky's visage.
She's dressed like she's from the 1950s,
That
and
too.
she's putting out the vibe.
Yeah, she's vibing it. Maybe she's got some pheromones going on, and the boys are like, ooh. But she's still Vicky. She's not Mary Lou, who's hotter than Vicky.
Yeah, but these guys in this school are doofuses.
Yeah.
She's way out of their league still.
I guess, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. She ends up in the locker room with this lady who's got fake cans, and like
Her best friend.
When was she best friends?
The whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to be observant.
I don't know. Oh, this is the same lady that
Yeah.
was like, okay.
That makes out with Brock Simpson.
Yeah, okay. No, I thought that was Kelly who wanted to
Nope.
be the prom queen.
Nope. This is the bicycle scene where they kiss on the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's, that girl.
Okay. And she's like, nice fake boobs. Let's go into the shower together and do normal things. And then Mary Lou, like, gives her Neil Breen kisses.
Yeah.
Like, she's not trying to seduce this person. She's like, I'm going to kiss your cheek and then your forehead and then your eyeball and then I'm going to lick your face.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, runs away.
This is definitely not the shower scene in Malibu Express.
No.
Not hot stuff happening
It's
here.
not hot stuff happening. And then, like, because Mary Lou gave her gentle kisses on the forehead and the face, she thinks that Mary Lou wants to kill her?
She's now scared to death.
Right.
Yeah, so she goes and hides in a locker.
Is she like, this is 1987. We can't be lesbians. The town will hang us. Because it's 1987. Guys, like,
in 1987...
progress with LGBTQ
No, you have
rights.
to be afraid of being a lesbian in 87.
Right.
Because if you do a lesbian sour scene in 87, Don Simpson's going to show up with some cocaine. He's not dead.
Let's go,
yet.
guys.
Yeah. I say how to make this hot. No, I gotta poop. Oh, I haven't pooped in 3 weeks. Oh,
The coke.
cocaine.
Okay, so she hides in the locker because she's scared of her inner feelings for her friend. And Mary Lou crushes her in the lockers.
Like X-Men style, Jean Grey, fucking Dark Phoenix. And then it's not even really good. Like, it should have just been blood.
Right.
But it's like fucking SpaghettiOs come out of the top locker vent. And you're like, SpaghettiOs.
And it doesn't line up either because it's like where her neck would be is where the SpaghettiOs come out of.
Yeah. No, it's like there was also SpaghettiOs in that locker.
See, and this was another twist for me because I thought she was just going to blow open the door, right? And then she would be like, ah! And then she would run, and then she'd kill her with like a hand weight or something.
Right.
But nope, just fucking smushed her.
Yeah, no, it was a fun one.
And then when the brains came out, I was like, that is amazing. I love it.
Then she gets violent and weird with Craig. It's like super violent and super weird. And he's like, I don't like this foreplay.
He's trying to rape her.
Right.
Or she's trying to rape him.
Right.
I don't know. You
She's
can't
weird about it.
rape somebody by trying to rip their cock off.
Right. You can't
This
do that.
is what she's trying to do. She like grabs him. She's like, "Do you like this?" And she's like trying to lift him up by his balls. And he's like, "No,
I do not.
No one likes this."
My first sexual experience went poorly. She visits Principal Billy and tries to seduce him, but he knows, oh, you're Mary Lou. Get away from me, you demon whore. And she leaves. I guess she goes home. Get ready for prom night, because it's now prom night. Finally, it's prom night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this movie's prom night, guys. Her dad comes into the room to like give her the, back just not too long ago, I remember you blowing out the candles on your 8th birthday and asking for a pony for Christmas, and you were just the sweetest. Oh my God, you're making out with me!
Yeah, she just starts making out with him.
Except for he's like, I remember you. Oh my God, you're making out with me.
Yeah.
He does not stop.
No, he doesn't.
And yes, it's Mary Lou, but he doesn't know that.
No. He's just making out with his daughter.
Gross. Not cool.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you sexually repress people. They do weird shit.
Yeah, I get. Her mom comes in and sees them, and she's like, "You harlot, you Jezebel, get away from him!" Doesn't ever be like, "Why are you making out with your daughter?"
Yeah,
because it's not his.
Oh, that could be too. Yeah, a little backstory that we didn't get. Mom was also a town floozy.
Yeah, and that's why she's so pious now.
Yeah, second runner-up to Mary Lou at the prom. Got pregnant that night, and that guy ran off with another man.
Which explains why she's 30.
Right.
Instead of 18.
True. And her mom, or Mary Lou, blasts the mom through the front door, and I guess she's dead from it.
Yeah, or upset.
Yeah.
Knocked out.
Ow.
I mean, when you're older, you can't really take a hit like that without, some kind of damage. You need to knock you out, maybe give you a concussion. You might break a hip.
Wait, you're telling me that the incredible cure-all Ben Gay won't fix that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not when you're that old. She's like, I landed on my cross.
But the smell will make you feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bill is like, all right, buddy, here's the deal. I remember when you were just a young boy asking for a pony, but you're not going to prom with Mary Lou. Shoe to the head.
He just thumps him, and it's not even hard.
No.
He's like, aha, I've hit you with your shoe. He's like, that's a dick move. Why would you do that?
It's a sneaker. It's rubber soled.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Ow, stop. What? Is that what we're doing? We're having a shoe fight? This is weird. I don't like it.
So he knocks him out, and then he goes down to the graveyard, digs up Mary Lou's grave.
Oh, you don't forget that he puts on his grave digging cardigan first.
Right.
That's a nice cardigan, too. It's very Mr. Roger-y. And I'm pretty sure that it's cashmere.
I don't think it is. I think it's just fucking
Of course it's cashmere.
yarn. And he goes and gets it all fucking dirty in the grave.
But he's rich.
He is rich. I mean, you can tell if you have a grave digging cardigan, you're
Yeah.
obviously doing better than me.
If you can just throw, clothes away like that.
Sure.
Mary Lou's body is not in the grave. It's the the priest, the father. I don't know what he was expecting to find in there because he knows Mary Lou's trapped in the trunk.
Well, maybe her body would still be in there. I don't know. But there wasn't much. I mean,
it's not a lot left.
No.
I mean, she went up pretty good.
Cremation on the dance floor.
Did they have fire extinguishers in 1957? Were those a 1957 invention? Or was it just buckets of water that you had to put fire
pee
out?
on them.
Just pee. Oh, come on, man.
I
guess they had the punch. They could have put her out. Or could they have put her out with the punch?
No, the punch is probably about 102 proof.
Oh my God! I just made it worse.
Whoa! Okay, yeah. No, there's not enough left to find of Mary Lou in the grave. She went up all the way. But she's at prom, and Mary Lou's at prom. She's flirting with all the boys. Craig wakes up and goes downstairs and calls Mary Lou's house, where the family's answering machine is changed to, "Hey, it's me, Vicky. I'm at the prom getting all the D and all the revenge, motherfuckers."
Well, it's not Vicky. She says this is Mary Lou.
Oh, she does say it's Mary Lou? Okay, fine. Either way, Mary Lou has gone down to the answering machine and changed it to leave a spooky prophetic message.
Sure. I'm killing everybody. Don't worry about calling me back. You'll be dead.
Yeah, you'll be dead.
Oh, and Vicky doesn't live here anymore.
And Vicky's doesn't live here anymore. Now, here's the deal, guys. Well, I'll save that for later. But let's remember the answering machine. Brick Simpson has gone into the computer room with the hopeful, the prom queen cheater, as it were. She's going to cheat her way to being prom queen. Gives him a BJ to change the results of the prom election, I guess, or just the banner to say, instead of Vicky winning prom queen, because of course Vicky was going to win prom. Why would Vicky win prom queen? Nobody likes Vicky. It's Kelly. Kelly's won prom queen. He's pulling a Russia on the election.
Except that you got a BJ. I don't think anybody got one of those.
No, well, somebody got one.
Somebody got one.
Yeah. They've got honeypots, Sam. Of course they're getting BJs.
But I need to get into this election business.
You need to be a politician, Sam. Or at least in like an ambassador or something. I'm pretty sure ambassadors get honeypotted.
Oh yeah.
Like a know-nothing.
Well, that's why they won't send you there unless you're married already, I guess.
Really?
No.
You're
just going to cheat on your wife. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Don't do that. Become an ambassador, single, like a man about town ambassador.
Yeah, no. I'll be like, how are things over there in whatever country? I'm like, they like me.
They are really trying to get me to be blackmailed, but I am blackmailing myself because I am human garbage.
Yeah. Like, we've got photos of you with a lot of women naked. I'm like,
huh?
Yeah, so does everybody else in this country, man.
Ducky.
Yeah. What do you get? Okay.
I mean, you've been on the internet. I put dick pics myself on there.
Have you seen my Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he rigs it, and Mary Lou's like, so she jacks into the internet?
Yeah, they have an apple, and then there's another apple on the stage, and it makes it seem like these are networked together, and I just don't know if that's a thing
In 1987, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Not for the high school, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you would do the whole prom queen by just names in a hat.
Yeah.
Like a little voting bowl. Oh, the number, we've tallied the votes, and it's Vicky. Not computers.
No.
Like, what are you going to do? Print a little fucking 8x10 results and be like, oh, Vicky's the winner. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No, they edit. It takes more work to actually put it into the computer to tabulate the results. But you get a star graphic.
Yeah, right.
But people thought were pretty awesome.
So she zaps him through the internet with the powers of science. Like, she electrocutes him.
Yeah.
So she's got more X-Men powers.
She's the Shocker now.
Right. Well, the Shocker vibrated you.
Oh,
no, that's one in the front.
Hey,
oh.
No, she'd be Electro. Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about the horror movie Shocker.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, the prison guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's named prom queen. But while she's getting prom queened, throned or whatever that is, Bill climbs up onto the rafters and shoots her in the back with a .38.
Yeah.
This was a great plan.
Yeah.
hits her twice, maybe, but he empties it out.
Yeah. So Vicky's dead. She's laying on the floor. Craig runs in, and he's like, "Oh, no, my love of my life. You shot her, Dad." But Mary Lou's got one more surprise left in her. She's not dead. She's, in fact, been living inside of a Vicky skin suit.
Yeah.
As a grody corpse.
She puts the lotion on.
She needs to put the lotion on. She's grody.
Yeah, she's Swamp Thing.
She's Swamp Thing inside of Vicky skin.
Well, it almost kind of seems at this point, too, when she starts killing teenagers, that the more teenagers she kills, the more regenerated she
Right.
gets. And that's what I took away from that.
She's like the mummy.
Yeah.
And I think the best kill she had in this particular scene was when she kills Kelly with an electric tube light.
Yeah,
neon
light.
Neon
Yeah.
light. She really opened her up. Like neon sign. It's open.
Yeah, it's a reach. It's a reach.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
She really showed her the light.
Oh, that's a little better.
Neon, and your life is gone.
This has been a public service message from Stinker Madness.
She chases Craig because now she's like, "I'm gonna kill you, Craig, because
Revenge.
you are why revenge
She's gonna
on
kill
Craig?
Bill's son.
Why not kill Bill?
Because that's not good enough.
Because that's a movie that's gonna happen in another 10 years.
Sure.
All right. She chases him to the prop room, and gets tricked. She tricks him into letting her in because she's like, "No, it's me, Vicky. I'm still okay." And then he's like, "Oh, Vicky, my love," and they hug, but nope, it's Mary Lou, and she's like, "Ha ha ha."
All right, so I'm going to burn my first question. I don't have a lot of questions for this movie, but I'm going to burn one here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you open the door? Because after what you just saw, somebody just came out of your girlfriend's chest. She has been shot. She was dead on stage. Do you open the door at this point?
And we need to be clear that it's not like one of those like animation sequences where like a little like her spirit goes out of Vicky's mouth. No, an entire person crawls out of Vicky's chest cavity. She's not okay.
She's not okay. But it is just a skin suit because if we remember, the real Vicky got sucked into a charcoal.
But he doesn't know that, Sam.
Chalkboard.
He doesn't
know that.
He thinks
no.
Vicky has a giant, like, nothing inside of her. Like, oh, I'll play with your boobs later. There isn't any more boobs. It's just a gaping hole where a person walked out. No, don't let her in.
Eyes without a face, only literally.
Right. Okay. And so she's like, "Hi, it's me, Mary Lou," and then starts to suck him into the trunk.
Yep.
Like, go in there. Yeah, I don't want to be in there anymore, but I guess it's my home. We'll be there together.
See what it's like in this truck, fucker.
But Bill comes in, and he's like, "Mary Lou, here's your tiara."
And he crowns her prom queen.
Right.
And then they go into the Shining end.
Yeah.
And the movie is now resolved?
No. So he gets her the tiara and starts making out with her, which causes her tombstone to explode.
Yeah.
Which then sucks her into 1957 at the Overlook Hotel, and they're together in 1957, forever young.
You've assume at this point he has sacrificed himself for his son.
Right.
And they are going to live together forever, trapped in time in a fucking trunk.
In a happier place for them. Right. Okay.
Even though she hates Bill.
Even though she fucking hates Bill.
She doesn't like Bill. Until now, I guess.
So Craig then opens the trunk, and a slimy Vicky comes crawling out, implying that she was trapped in the pool chalkboard this entire time.
Except it's not water. It's definitely goop.
It's goop.
So they could reshoot it over and over again.
It's ectoplasm.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
It's gross.
And so they go outside. Everything's A-okay now. But Bill's fucking out there. He's not in 1957. He's like, "Hey, son. I see you found Vicky.
Yeah.
She looks good. I'm glad to see that she didn't have a giant chest wound from a corpse crawling out of her.
Sure, yeah.
Let's go home, guys. You want ice cream?"
Ice cream. Oh, wait, I'm not me. I'm the ghost of a lady. I don't know what's happening in the movie.
I'm
and it's
fucking
over.
Mary Lou. Bill is Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Yep. They're playing our song, kids.
And they know that she's Mary Lou, and they scream, and then they drive off, and it's credits.
Where are they going?
Where are they going? Why is Mary Lou there?
They're going to the Oilers game.
Yeah.
Then he's going to murder the shit out of them.
It's 2-for-1 hot dogs night.
Yeah, it is.
You can't turn that down.
No. I think Gretzky's still there at this point.
Right.
Him and Paul Coffey, so this is good stuff.
Number one question. What is Mary Lou's motivation?
She wants that damn tiara.
Jackie, she got fucking crowned prom queen before getting her ass lit on fire. She's on stage accepting it, and she's prom queen. Then her ass gets caught on fire.
They never put the crown on her head.
So she wants a $15 crown?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
That's what she wants. She gets it at the end of the movie.
But it's still not enough. That's
Apparently
not what she
not.
wanted.
Well, the world is not enough.
Yeah, right. Okay, we'll get to that at some point, but not today. That's not what she wanted. She never wanted the fucking tiara because she gets the tiara. And don't forget the tiara is just a physical representation of her being called prom queen, which she was called prom queen before her ass got caught on fire.
And if she went non-corporeal, why does she come back in his body?
Why does she come back in his body?
She's non-corporeal too. They were both as corporeal as each other, and then they were both not, but now only he is. That doesn't make sense.
Inhabit the body of fucking Natasha Henstridge. I'm Natasha Henstridge. I'm going to have a great time.
Sure, yeah.
No, instead I'm going to be a principal.
Uh-huh.
I don't fucking understand this movie.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no goddamn sense. This thing is as nonsensical as anything out of Nonsensical November, except for maybe The Wicker Man. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make... There was too much jumbled together here to have coherence.
Right. Who's next?
What happens to the potato?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
real important.
No answers for that one.
I believe that it ends up in the cafeteria.
Right.
You know, waste not, want not.
True that. Jackie?
Where are they going? I think we already kind of answered this, but, you know, like, what's the plan now? She's in an old man's body. Is she going to go on a raping spree until she finds a good pair of boobs? And then she's like, all right, I'm going to be this person now. Mm-hmm. She's just going to continue to jump from person to person.
I guess we kind of have no choice but to watch the other two. We're going to have to finish this Mary Lou business up.
To find out now.
Because I'm assuming that she's, like... the way that this film ends, it implies that Mary Lou's going to murder them in the back seat, I guess.
Yeah, and then do, like, totally a Mary Lou thing and get trapped in some fucking inanimate object later.
I'm in a freezer!
Yeah, she's like...
I was going for old lady sewing basket.
Yeah,
I wasn't even, like, under a cheese grater.
Oh, nobody in this house likes cheese? Fuck! I'm stuck under here. Why did I come here? Why did I do that?
Oh. Is there any tale of caution in this film? Because most horror movies from the 80s are a cautionary tale about, teen sex or doing drugs or blah, 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 blah. Is there anything like... Is there a moral to this movie?
Yes, you don't light stink bombs on stage and throw them at people.
Well, of course not. That's not don't burn people.
That's what this movie is about. You don't burn fucking people in their moment.
Okay.
Fire and Human Skin, a cautionary tale.
Right. I'm glad we got told that, because otherwise I never would have put those two things together.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, there is nothing. There's nothing.
Sam?
What does her dad do now that her mom is presumably dead?
Fucking go on a singles cruise.
I bet.
In his best fucking suit, dance with all the ladies, and put his sausage in places.
I don't know, man. I think this dad's got some issues with his daughter that I don't want to have resolved. I get away from that guy. Maybe he probably gets arrested because he made out with his daughter and had no problems with it.
No,
this guy's got something else going on.
He steps over his wife, buys a Corvette, and then 17 gets him 20.
I don't know if he buys a Corvette, man. He might be buying like one of those like 70s cop cars, like a Lincoln town car, like creepy, like,
or a van.
Yeah, or a van. Can you help me with this couch? Like, this guy's gone full Buffalo Bob.
No, he probably... I think I like where you're going. He's going to impersonate a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's going to go all old and Polonese and actually get wrapped up in just writing people traffic tickets for a thrill.
But he's still obsessed with his daughter, so every time he writes up a traffic ticket, whoever's driving, he sees his daughter. Ha! Slow it down, baby.
And then draws a picture of a heart-on and a butt at the bottom of it.
All right, back to the answering machine. Mary Lou is wearing a Vicky skin suit. She has crafted just a visual representation of Vicky. She's not possessing Vicky's body and soul because Vicky is trapped into a chalkboard, which means before Mary Lou's night of vengeance happen, she decides that she's got to leave this fucking spooky message to be a spooky villain. But in order to do it, she would have had to stop and read the answering machine owner's manual because she's from 1957.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how answering machines in the 80s work.
No.
She stopped and read a manual on how to change the family's answering machine message.
She doesn't even know that they exist.
Right. It's insane. And then later she knows how the fucking internet works. So, like, it doesn't work. Vicky has to be inside of her. There has to be some remnant that Vicky is sharing with this person who's possessing her body. And in fact, the priest even says that that's how it's going to go, is Vicky is possessing people.
Yes.
Or that Mary Lou's going to possess people. So Vicky can't be trapped in the chalkboard.
No.
And be possessed walking around, which means that Vicky got her fucking chest cavity ripped open. She wasn't a skin suit. She's dead. So now there's just a dead Vicky walking around. She's a goddamn zombie in the back of that car.
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, it's Pet Cemetery, dude. There's got to be some answers in fucking Prom Night 3, and now we have to watch it, even though it's gonna suck.
It's gonna
You're
suck.
welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, dude, it's just too baffling. Which leads me to final recommendations. I'm gonna give it a do. I didn't like it.
Yes.
It's barely anything as far as why Jackie loves it. Oh, the desk. No, dude, this is cliche and butt other than the smashing of the lockers. And even then, it's shot so poorly that it's like, really? But it's so bad as far as its writing that it's bizarre. Yeah. This is a weird horror movie. So because of that, yeah, dude, pop this shit in, see if you can figure it out, fill all the plot holes with your own nonsense, and riff it through. Sam?
I also give it a do for basically the exact same reason. Yes. It's a great riffer, and it's just one of those that if you like bad movies, you should watch it because very few movies make this little sense.
Yeah. Jackie?
I'm going to give it a do. Great costumes, nonsensical murders, little twist and turn murders, you know. You think something's going to happen, but then, it goes a different direction, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
I think Mary Lou is really pretty, and I think she does a really good job at being the bicycle slut.
I'm surprised you didn't dig into her anymore, the actress that plays Mary Lou.
The Phage, whatever her name was?
I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't seem like... They're all Canadians. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ironside's like the one that made it out of there.
Right.
Apparently the dude that plays Craig still works up there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the director would go on to do a lot of directing for that studio we can never figure out which one it is that does all the science fiction movies in Vancouver. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he worked there for like 20 years after this. So
yeah, I just don't know why the actress that played Mary Lou didn't go on. She had let's do this Scream Queen career.
Yeah, she
all
really
over her.
did.
Yeah,
I think she didn't take her top off.
Oh, okay. Well, next time you do, get a little Linda Blair going on, baby.
Yeah. It's too bad that that's what has to happen. But.
It is really too bad that that's what has to happen in the 1980s, but she could have had a great career, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's not why you do it. Don't do anything I just said. Ladies, keep your tops on if you don't want to take them off. But if you do, we all want to partake them.
I will show my butt in any horror movie for anyone that's any producers of films that think they need a middle-aged hairy ass.
Originally, we had a swamp monster as the horror device, but then we had Sam take his butt out, and now that's the monster.
I feel
the
like
horror is just from Sam's ass.
The problem is that they're like, well, once we can't get an affordable rate on Brent Spiner, but he's got the butt market cornered right now.
Okay, that's 3 recommendations from us. We've got some listener feedback from our good friend of the show, Jack B., who says, he emails us, talk@stinkermadness.com. If you want to shout out to us or have questions or recommendations, talk@stinkermadness.com. Recently, I watched Fatal Future, the self-described first ever feature-length homage, but I like to say homage, to Vegas-based auteur Neil Breen. This movie is hot garbage and not at all entertaining. Everything is straight out of a Neil Breen movie. MC Dalton, a rogue hacker who's the best at everything, saving the world from evil corporations. And
MC Dalton.
Yeah, that's his name. MC Dalton, a rogue hacker who's best at everything, saving the world from evil corporations and rescuing his dead wife. This shows
how do you rescue a dead wife?
It's like a Neil Breen homage. There's magic.
There's a magic rock.
Yeah, there's magic rock.
Put it on there with your taxes and the secrets of the government.
Right, exactly. This shows the importance of intent in bad movies. If you set out to purposely make a bad movie, it's just going to be bad. I think I like Pass-Through more than any of you guys, and the reason is just because you have Neil Breen being honest and sincere, as well as failing horribly at everything. Neil Breen is charming. This is not. It was an hour and a half, but it felt like 4 hours. Avoid this. Fatal Future. So there's a streaming do's and don't from Jack B. Sam, do you find Neil Breen charming?
No.
No.
I don't.
I don't either. I find Tommy charming. There's
Tommy's
a charm to
charming.
Tommy. He's innocent, and there's a level of sweetness to him, and he actually cares about those that are around him, even though at some points he can be a massive fucking prick.
Yeah.
But he really does want to just be loved.
Sure.
Whereas Neil Breen wants to burn the fucking world to the ground.
He seems to want it all to end.
Yes.
He's a nihilist, man.
He's a nihilist, and nihilists can't be charming. It's just, I think it's in the rules.
Sure.
Yeah. Jackie, Breen, charming?
No.
No.
I mean, I didn't even have to weigh in on this. I've said so many times that that man just disgusts me.
Yeah. I mean, there's, I guess, being a fool is a little innocent because he's a fool, but he's a dangerous fool.
Yeah.
And that's what frightens me about him. Still love his movies. Still going to watch them. But yeah, no. On streaming do's and don'ts this week, we've got a future smab contender. Maybe the only one because, man, there's not a lot of bad movies we've seen this year. But this one's super bad. On Amazon Prime, starring Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, Serenity.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was told that I can no longer just go at the podcast anymore.
Right?
Even though Matthew McConaughey does that in the movie all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Serenity, the story of a fishing boat captain who meets a friend from Vietnam who has no legs, and they have adventures together. I wish. Instead, Matthew McConaughey is a fishing boat captain who is propositioned by his ex-wife to kill her current husband, who beats her and treats their joint son like shit.
Yes.
On his fishing boat. So, like, go take him out in the ocean and then push him over. And then drive back, and I'll give you $1 million.
Cut him up, feed him
prick.
to the sharks.
Jason Clarke is
the
husband. I'm not going to tell you what happens in the end.
This movie
it's deeper than that.
Now renowned for its horrendously stupid twist.
Right. Very stupid.
And it's almost like I said too much. You want to watch this thing as clean a slate as possible.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to sit there and be like, I don't have any idea what's going on, and then slowly figure out what's happening and be like, oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck.
It's almost Shyamalanian in its twist.
I can't tell if it's worse or better, but it's
fuck you.
It's
fuck
you.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you.
So how do we call this? Because it's a SMAFA contender. It's ludicrously stupid.
Dude,
it's a bunch of A-listers trying so hard to toss their Academy Award-winning careers into the garbage. How do you call it?
I call it
tough.
a do because everybody's doing it. You have to do it. It's so bad. They already did it on How Did This Get Made?
Yeah. Which, fuck those guys. Actually, don't fuck those guys. They're the second best bad movie podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Very far behind the number one bad podcast. Bad Movie Fiends is who I'm talking
about.
I'm talking about us, goddammit!
Yeah. Those guys from the Flophouse, man, they're funny.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I mean, us.
Yeah, I mean us. Jackie, where are you on Serenity? Do or don't?
I'd say watch it just because.
You gotta watch it.
You
so bad. Once you watch it, then you'll want other people to watch it because you don't want to be the only one because you want to talk to somebody about how fucking stupid this thing was. And what the hell?
It's spoiled milk. Dude, you got to try the spoiled milk.
Yeah, it's a courtesy sniff.
Yeah, I guess.
I know 2 people in legal, in cannabis legal states that have said, I'm going to eat as much weed as I can and watch this again.
Right.
Like, wait till I'm flying on it and then see if having a brain completely hindered in every way possible will allow for the things that I am seeing.
And we got to talk about Anne Hathaway because
she stinks.
Her hand business that got her nominated for Worst Bad Actress in that fucking Oz movie.
Yeah.
Where she's Glenda the Good Witch or whatever.
Sure.
That would imagine her hand business that was so bad. Then like she's injected with some poison and it slowly climbs up from her hands and then spreads into her limbs, and there's like a really cool effect where you can see it pulsing through her body, and then all of a sudden it takes over her face. That is what has happened in this movie. Her hands have taken over her entire body, and she is as bad as I've ever seen an A-lister do in a movie.
She is a dame in a 20s gumshoe movie,
correct,
and she's the only person in that movie while this movie is happening.
Exactly.
That's the problem, is that what she's doing would work perfectly for something else, and she's 100% committed to it. She's just not doing at all the right thing.
Of all the fish boats in the world that she had to walk into, she walked into mine, and then she slipped on fish guts and broke her head open because it's a fishing boat.
It's like
she's in high heels.
Yeah, it's all like noir and like that's where she's at, and then you just got McGonaghy in a wet t-shirt going.
But oh god, it's horrible.
It's horrible, and it's a little bit. The first hour, you're gonna be like, "Why these fuckers tell me to watch this?"
Yeah. Next week, it's my pick. We're going to be back on trucking movies, guys, and we got a little surprise. Convoy.
Oh, god damn it.
Yes, with one of my all-time favorite actors, Chris Christopherson.
His second time on the show, surprisingly, because
movie about trucking where they're parked for 90% of the fucking movie.
Follow up to our infamous Breaker episode. So check that out. It is on Amazon Prime this week. So hope you enjoy your guys this week and get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.